Okay, in the last class we learned how to write the formulae for different compounds. Okay, now today we'll learn about equations. Now what does an equation tell you? See, when you write chemical equations, remember a chemical equation goes like this: A plus B gives maybe AB. Now A and B are called as the reactant. This is also called as a reactant. And what comes after the arrow is the product. So what comes after the reaction, at the end of the reaction, is the product. Now, when you are writing equations, the number of atoms on the side of the reactants must be equal to the number of atoms on the side of the products. Then only we say the equation is balanced. Let's take an example. Let's take sodium hydroxide. Okay, now sodium hydroxide reacting with sulfuric acid, and it will give sodium sulfate plus water. Now, sodium hydroxide formula is NaOH. You know why? Because sodium has a valency of +1, OH has a valency of -1. Is it clear? Now, sulfuric acid is H2SO4. Because sulfate has a valency of -2, hydrogen has a valency of 1, we interchange the valencies. We learned this in the previous lesson. Clear? Now, what will it give? It will give sodium sulfate. Na valency is 1, sulfate valency is 2, SO4 valency is 2, so it will be Na2SO4 plus H2O. Now, how many sodiums on the left hand side now? On the reactant side, 1. But on the product side, there's 2 sodiums. So after we write the formula, now we have to balance the equation. We have to make the number of atoms on each side the same. Now for that, there are certain rules for balancing. The rule is this. First you will balance the metals. So first balance the metals. After that, balance the non-metals. Clear? Now, which is the metal here? Sodium. Now, before that, there is something which we call as the F numbers. F number means frequency number. Now, which of these is more frequent? Let's check that, okay? Now, when you're balancing equations, first you find the frequency numbers, F numbers. Now tell me, sodium, how many times does sodium appear in this equation? 1, 2. Not number of atoms, but how many times it appears? 2. So the F number of sodium is 2. Other element is oxygen. Oxygen, how many times does it appear? 1, 2, 3, 4 times. So oxygen is 4. Next element is hydrogen. How many times does hydrogen appear? 1, 2, 3 times. And finally, sulfur. Sulfur appears how many times? 1, 2. So 2 times. Now you will first balance the atoms which have the lowest F number. If 2 have the same F number, then balance the metals first. Now, sodium and sulfur, which is the metal? Sodium is the metal. So you will first put, there's 2 sodium on the right hand side. So you balance it by putting 2 over here. Now what will you balance next? Sulfur. Sulfur is balanced already, 1 and 1. Clear? Then you balance hydrogen. Now hydrogen, 2 plus 2, 4. Your hydrogen is only 2, right? So if we put 2 here, hydrogen becomes 4 on each side. Can you understand that? And now finally we have to balance the oxygen with the highest F number. Now oxygen, how many on the left hand side? 2 plus 4, 6. 4 plus 2, 6. So now here you see sodium, oxygen, hydrogen, sulfur. Okay, on the right hand side. On the left hand side, sodium, oxygen, hydrogen, sulfur. Now how many sodiums on the left hand side? 2 sodiums. How many on the right hand side? Again 2 sodiums. Oxygen, how many? 2 oxygens plus 4 oxygen, so 6 oxygen. On the left hand side, 4 plus 2, 6 oxygen. Hydrogen, 2 plus 2, 4 on the left hand side. Hydrogen on the right hand side, 2 into 2, 4. Sulfur, 1 sulfur, 1 sulfur. Are the atoms on each side equal? Yes. Now we can say this equation is balanced. Can you understand this? So this is how you must balance the equations. Let's practice a few more. Okay? Then only you'll get used to this. Now if you have to balance this equation, calcium oxide plus phosphoric acid gives calcium phosphate plus water. It's an acid-base reaction. The first thing you must do is to get the formula correct. Now let's see the formula of calcium oxide. Ca is calcium symbol and O is oxygen. Now calcium has a valency of 2 because it's in group 2. Oxygen has a valency of -2 because it's in group 6. So it will cancel out and it will be CaO. Clear? Now, phosphoric acid is H3PO4 because phosphate has a valency of -3, hydrogen has a valency of 1. So they'll cancel. When you exchange the valencies, it will be H3PO4. Is it clear? Now, what will this form? This will form calcium phosphate, CaPO4. Now Ca3PO4 in brackets 2. Why? Because phosphate has a valency of 3, so you have to write that for calcium. Calcium has a valency of 2, so you must write that for phosphate. Remember? And I told you if it's a ion which is made up of 2 different elements, then you have to put that in brackets. Plus water. Now find the F numbers first, the frequency numbers, the number of times it appears in the equation. Calcium, oxygen, hydrogen, phosphorus. Calcium how many times? Twice. Not the number of atoms, but how many times it appears. Oxygen 1, 2, 3, 4. Hydrogen how many times? 1, 2. This is calcium, okay. And phosphorus how many times? Twice. Now which do you have to balance first? You have to balance the one with the lowest F number. If 2 of them have the same F numbers, now 3 of them have the same F numbers. Then you must balance the metal first. Now, which is the metal? Calcium. So put calcium 3. Now is the equal number of calciums on both sides? 3 calciums on both sides, right? Now, what's the next one to balance? The non-metals. Now, non-metals also, both of them have the same F number. Then you have to balance the one which has the lower atomic number first. So, hydrogen has the lowest atomic number, 1. Clear? So, now you balance the hydrogen. Now, how many hydrogen on the left hand side? 3. How many on the right hand side? 2. So, if we put 2 here and 3 there, both become equal now. It becomes 6. Can you understand? So now 6 hydrogen on the left hand side, 6 hydrogen on the right hand side. Clear? So calcium is balanced, hydrogen is balanced. Now what do we have to balance next? Phosphorus. Why? Because phosphorus has the same F number and it has the next highest atomic mass in the non-metals. So now phosphorus. How many phosphorus on the left hand side? 2. How many on the right hand side? Also 2. So balanced. Now oxygen finally. 3. This is 4 into 2, 8. So 11. 8 plus 3 is 11. Now on the other side, 4 into 2, 8 plus 3, 11. Can you understand how it works? So now let's see. Calcium, oxygen, hydrogen, phosphorus. Let's see if it's balanced. Here also calcium, oxygen, hydrogen, phosphorus. So how many calciums on the left hand side? 3. On the right hand side? 3. How many oxygens? 3 plus 8. 11 oxygens. Here also 4 into 2, 8 plus 3. 11 oxygens. Hydrogen 6. Hydrogen 6. Phosphorus 2. Phosphorus 2. So is it balanced? Yes. Is that clear? So what's the rule for balancing? Let's quickly write down. Number 1. Find the frequency numbers. That's the number of compounds which contain the element. Clear? We call it the F numbers. Clear? Then balance the element with which number first? The lowest F number first. Is it clear? Then if two elements have the same F number, then balance the metal with the lowest F number what? First. Is that clear? Any doubts? Then balance the other metals. So first finish off the metals. Now, if two metals have the same F number, then what do? Then balance the metal with the lower atomic number. Can you understand this? And then finally, repeat with the non-metals. Any doubts? So this is how you will balance. These are the rules for balancing the equations. Now first you must get the formula correct. If you don't get the formula correct, your balancing will never be possible. Okay? So calcium carbonate CaCO3 plus phosphoric acid is H3PO4 gives Ca3PO4 twice. Okay, plus carbon dioxide plus water. Now let's balance this. Now first remember, find the F numbers. What are the F numbers? F numbers for each. Ca 2, carbon 1, 2, oxygen 5, it occurs in everything. Then phosphorus 2, hydrogen 1, 2, hydrogen 2. Now first you have to balance the ones with the lowest F numbers. Now 4 of them have the lowest F numbers, 2. So you'll choose the metal first. Now metal is calcium, so put 3. Now calcium is balanced. Now next, which one will you balance? Remember, there are no more metals. Now you'll balance the non-metals. Non-metals, the one with the lowest F numbers is carbon, phosphorus, hydrogen. Which has the lowest atomic number? Hydrogen. So first balance the hydrogen. Now to balance the hydrogen, put 3 here, 2 here. Hydrogen is now 6 on both sides. Next you have to balance the carbon, because carbon has atomic number 6. Clear? So carbon 3 on the left hand side, 3 on the right hand side now. Balanced. Then phosphorus. Now phosphorus 2 on the left hand side, 2 on the right hand side. Balanced already. Oxygen 3 into 3, 9 plus 8, 17. 17 on the left, 8 plus 6 plus 3, 17 on the right. So it's balanced. So now let's just check the balance sheet. Calcium, carbon, oxygen, hydrogen, phosphorus. Okay? Right hand side, left hand side. Now calcium 3 on each side, carbon also 3 on each side, oxygen 17, 9 plus 8, 17. Here 8 plus 6, 14 plus 3, 17. Hydrogen 6 and 6.
I did everything correct except for one.
Phosphorus 2 and 2. Even if one is not correct, your equation is not balanced. Everything must be the same on both sides.
I accidentally wrote 6 instead.